Hello, hello, Shardashian here with another video. If this is your first time coming to my channel, I welcome you with open arms. Please take the time to subscribe. I hit everything on this channel. Pop culture, political news, AI news, everything. I hit it all. Paranormal, where do we come from? Okay, so let's talk Tate brothers and Barron Trump. Okay, so the Tate brothers are wanted for extradition to England for numerous amounts of charges, allegedly. You know, they're wanted for all kinds of different charges, and this is for entertainment purposes only. You can Google them or see them anywhere. They've been in the news nonstop. And you have Andrew Tate, who is in the shoe, and he's on X, and he puts like updates. I'm sure he doesn't do it. He has somebody else do it for him. And so both Tristan and Andrew Tate are wanted for numerous amounts of things. And they got arrested in Florida when they were going to host some kind of event. Anyways, so they're also wanted in Romania. And Romania actually lightened up on them and gave them a little freeway to be out on, I guess, would you say, bail. And it had to do with connections to Barron Trump and Donald Trump Jr. They pulled some strings with their dad. So, and that happened years ago. And they've just been traveling around doing whatever they want. It caught up to them. They had a few more people came out against them. They have a lot of people against them. They politically say stuff. Now, do they do it for their influencers? Do they do it for people to pay them? They had a pimp university kind of thing. They supposedly had like video cam things with girls. They had supposedly had a warehouse in Romania, allegedly. So they had a connection to Barron, and Barron actually was on a podcast or something with them. But this time around, and they're like threatening Trump and everything. They're getting their lawyer. They have a lawyer, and he is off the wall. And I think he's off the wall for media, for people to talk about him, like me right here, right? So we're talking about him, how crazy he is. He's compared them. He said that they're saints, that they're, I can't even make this stuff up. Go look at it. But anyways, I really want to talk about the connection to Barron and Donald Trump Jr. Donald Trump Jr. kind of seems out of it. He doesn't speak on it. Trump doesn't speak on the Tates right now. They did ask that Carolyn, whatever her name is, who speaks for Trump, and somebody in the audience said, is Trump going to be helping them? She clearly said, no, I answered that before. And then they asked Marco Rubio about it, because that's whose office is going to get it. The Secretary of State is going to give permission for extradition to England. I think they have like 59 charges against them. It's really, really crazy. And a lot of people against them, and the way they talk about women. I mean, they've got text evidence. They've got a lot. And then they claim that they know a lot about Epstein, and then they're like threatening Trump online. I don't know if it's their lawyer or if it's another network or if it's influencers. I'm not really sure who's doing it, but they're like threatening, and I'm thinking, you're not really bright. You want the guy to help you. That's not how you go about it. Everybody knows. You gotta just tell him he likes to be boosted. But right now, with the midterms coming so close, there's no way Trump's gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole. He's really not. And he's got all kinds of problems with Epstein still. That's still creeping up. They're not gonna touch that. Now, after the midterms, maybe we'll see something different. And Trump has he's pardoned a lot of people. Over the weekend, he pardoned 21 people. Todd Blanche was all over in the news, and he actually pardoned someone who was wanted for something, and he pardoned them originally, and they got back out and did it again. And I do fraud, financial fraud or something like that. And you can Google it. And they did it again, and he pardoned them again. So it's like pay for pardons. I think when you see the, when the Democrats get into power and we change, the White House changes, I think there's just going to be a lot of amendments. Right now, the GOP, they're just too frightened of Trump. They're still frightened of Trump because his power. And he just has the right to fire people. He has the right to do things. The Supreme Court ruled that he can do things in office. We won't go there. But anyways, so the connection from the Trumps to Barron. Now, the Tates they're talking about Trump, and they're talking about knowing stuff, and I haven't seen them speak too much about Barron. And one thing I want to say about Barron Trump, he don't speak. He does not speak. His mother even speaks up. She doesn't put up with anything. He's not like his father. His father can't keep somebody says something about him, he's automatically putting his foot in his mouth. Barron keeps quiet. He does. He keeps quiet. His sisters keep quiet too. Donald Trump Jr., they're saying that Donald Trump and him are still, like, he's mad that his dad didn't go to his wedding. That's just rumor. I doubt he's mad. Your second marriage, you're engaged to somebody else. I mean, he's the president of the United States. I mean, if he would go down there, all the news would have been about him. And in fact, Donald Trump Jr.'s current wife, won at the wedding at the White House, allegedly. But anyways, Barron doesn't speak. He doesn't speak. Even his mother speaks more than him, so he's keeping quiet on the Tates. And if there's any problems, Donald will pardon him in a minute. In a minute. So I don't think maybe Barron might be guilty of bad association, but I don't think he's committed a crime. Not that I know of. So, and the Tates are nonstop. This lawyer, I wonder what's going to happen to the Tates, really. And I mean, and say they don't get extradited to England. Is Romania going to come after them? They claim they know stuff about Epstein. They're actually the modern Epstein, in a way. I mean, they're not, Epstein was smarter than them. I mean, I hate to say it, they did so much. They did shock value for clicks, for views, for people to believe in them. And they still have a huge, huge following. And I think that even if they're in prison, but do they have that big of a huge following? Because they outside of the prison, they had like one person. And they claim that they're getting all these letters and all these notes. They can't get commissary, they can't get this, they can't get that. I don't know. And they also say that they're not going to hurt themselves in any way. So let's stay tuned for that. So again, Barron Trump. I remember hearing when I was younger, be careful of the quiet ones. We'll watch him. We'll see what goes on. This is Shardashian. Make sure to like, follow, and share, and I'll see you on the next video.